everyone, and welcome to another edition of Paul's Cinema Picks of the Week. I am your host, Brantford's film enthusiast, Paul Westbrook. And first off, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Yes, because we're in the Christmas season already. I can't believe it. It's the 9th of December of the year 2023. And the year's almost half over already. Can you believe it, Seth?
More than half over.
Yes, more than half over, and we're already getting into the whole Christmas shopping thing and planning stuff for Christmas and all that other stuff. You're already hearing carols on the radio.
I don't listen to the radio.
I've already been besieged by about 20 of them so far, so ready to go. You don't listen to the radio?
No.
Okay. Anyway, but if you're thinking we're going to talk about Rudolph and Frosty and Santa,
maybe another episode.
Maybe Santa. In another episode we'll do one. But today, the episode is called The Dark and Violent Side of Christmas. And the movies that I've got for you today to talk about are definitely dark and are certainly violent. And let's begin with the first one that I got on the pile here. The movie is Violent Night. See, it's sort of a take on Silent Night, so it's violent because it's all action and stuff. And more or less what it is these mercenaries break into a mansion, this rich family, and hold them hostage, and then Santa Claus has to be the one to come and save them. Yes. And this Santa Claus has a hammer and a few axes to grind, and he goes after a lot of the mercenaries in this film. And he has to be the one that specifically saves this little girl. This little girl, she's a member of the family, but she's not as greedy as a lot of the other ones and stuff. So she's the one that indirectly helps Santa, or Santa's helping her. And of course, the mercenaries try to go after Santa, but of course, Santa is more than a match for them in this one, because this Santa, like I said, is violent. He kicks ass. Serious ass. So yes, you might have to R-rate this one.
Not for ass. No.
For ass, okay. But anyway, yes, and apparently it was from the producers of the John Wick series, so you can expect a lot of graphic violence in this movie. It's not a kids movie, and Gino, Tammy, and I saw it at the theater, and we absolutely loved this movie. A lot of people haven't even really heard of it. I've heard of Violent Night, so I've had this for close to, actually about a month now, that even though the movie came out last year, and I finally managed to snag a copy at the store. And, you can tell right on the cover, Santa looks like he has an attitude in this one. So it's one of those type of movies there that you would definitely enjoy. Brutal violence, gory scenes, and coarse language. So, your grandfather Santa Claus movie, it's not, for sure.
The Grandma's in our case.
Or Grandma's in our case, yes. And then we have Mel Gibson's movie called Fat Man. And it's sort of like Violent Night. It's like a lower budget one, but still it's the same idea. This one guy, he's a hitman, and apparently he's disgruntled because Santa never gave him a gift as a kid. And he wants revenge, so he goes up north. And Santa is played by Mel Gibson in this one, more or less. It's just a guy. He's called Fat Man, or I don't think they really call him Santa in this one. But anyway, it says, as Santa's workshop is in financial peril, and to make matters worse, a disgruntled boy puts a sizable hit on the Fat Man's head after receiving a lump of coal for Christmas. So yeah, the whole violent thing. Again, there's more violence and there's bad language and all that stuff, and of course, Santa with an attitude again. He's, someone wants Santa dead, and then the whole thing is over a lump of coal that this kid got for Christmas. So he grows up, he's a hitman, he goes after Santa Claus, shoots up the whole shop, everything like that, machine guns and all that stuff, soldiers. These soldiers going up there to try and stop the hitman from doing whatever it is he's doing. And of course, Gibson's character is Santa. He's a very sharp marksman and everything. So you picture a violent movie, a movie that's really violent and sort of like Hateful Eight or something like that. And then you you got that, and you got the Christmas theme at the same time. So yeah, like it parallels Violent Night in a lot of ways, but from a lower budget. But still, it's a lot of fun to watch, and certainly one that you can enjoy if you like the violent type Santa movies. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is one my sister likes. It's called Krampus.
I call it Krampus.
Krampus, or yeah, because the old lady called it Krampus. Krampus is the opposite of Santa Claus. Yeah, explain it a little bit, just because you probably can understand.
It's definitely opposite of Santa. If you're bad or evil and bad people, you don't get Saint Nick coming to see you. You get Krampus, who will either take you away, and will kill you right there and then.
Yeah.
You have to do certain things to keep him away.
So if you're a good person, he won't come to your house at all.
As long as you take the precautions. I can't remember the exact things that they do in that movie, but yes.
But most of the time, if you're really good, you don't even have to worry about it. But if you've done something bad and stuff like that, then you have to worry about, is he going to come? And generally, he will come. And the highlight of this is the opening scene, where it's like a Black Friday sale, and then everybody's running in. They sort of did that in the movie Thanksgiving a little bit, too. And in a movie I got called Black Friday, where everybody comes running in at once, so it shows the corporate greed. So you get to see what the mentality is of the people are, and then hence why it prompts Krampus to come and
amongst other things,
the corporate greed and stuff, and how people have been, and yeah, it's certainly entertaining. It's not one that you want the kids to really watch. I don't think you'd want your little kids to watch unless they're desensitized to that sort of thing. But
like I was growing up.
Oh, there you go. Well, some of these movies are actually fun. It's like a family that's a bit dysfunctional. They're a bit on the dysfunctional side, and then they have to deal with the fact that this Krampus demon, which he essentially is, he's a demon. And I think there was a movie where he actually fought Santa Claus at one point.
I think so.
But yeah, he's Santa's arch enemy, more or less. But he's more or less his polar opposite. You hope you get Santa Claus, and instead you end up with Krampus. But yeah, if you like these type of movies, like Black Christmas, or another one I'm going to talk about in a little bit called Santa's Slay, or you like different movies with a bit more of a darker side to them. Like, I definitely recommend the original Black Christmas from 1974. That one's a really good one. Bob Clark directed that. And, of course, you get movies like You Better Watch Out, and different films like that, too. I got another one like that where a young boy, in that he has a bit of a homicidal nature to him. There's movies like that. Believe it or not, I was actually afraid, speaking of Krampus, in a sense, I was actually afraid of the first movie I was really afraid of was Rudolph, because of the big monster, the
bottomless man.
That one frightened a lot of people when we were young and stuff. And,
I grew up with you as my brother. I don't scare easy with movies.
So yeah, it says Krampus is a demonic force, more or less. He's a demonic force of ancient evil. But he's and he punishes non-believers. So you better believe in Santa Claus. That's why I always say, to this day, I go by that, and I say, yes, I still believe in Santa Claus, because you definitely don't want Krampus to get you. And, you get to see the cover here.
Getting a little bit more color.
Did you see the other one with Violent Night?
Yeah.
And Batman?
Yeah, it's just because it's getting darker outside.
Yeah, so it helps. And, of course, this family then has to deal with Krampus themselves. But thankfully that they don't have to worry about...
Dark Christmas and got a black cat.
Yeah, there you go. So there's sort of another mascot. Tonks, you're a mascot. Yeah, because you get to be part of the dark Christmas, the darker side of Christmas. Yeah. Okay, then, after Krampus, now here's one from the opposite one. It's called Saint. And it says on the cover, St. Nicholas has a present for you. And this St. Nicholas is not really a nice risk. It says here it's like a total opposite of the origin of Santa Claus. And again, it has brutal violence and gory scenes. It says, he was in fact a disgraced bishop, a bloodthirsty man who led a gang of thieves and killers. They lived in the Middle Ages, terrorizing children and families who had misfortune of crossing their path. Finally, the villagers decided to rid themselves of the fearsome gang by setting fire to their boat. Just before dying, St. Nicholas swore his killing would not go unpunished. Ever since, whenever the moon is full on the 5th of December, the anniversary of their death, St. Nicholas and his crew return from the hereafter to exact a gruesome revenge. Again, another Christmas-type movie. But in this one, like I said, when we're talking about Krampus, you're talking about Santa being the opposite of Krampus. In this one, it's St. Nicholas, who proves to be not really a very nice entity in that case.
I love the picture.
Yeah, with the holding the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I have to watch. Yeah, see.
It's got the moon. It's got all the stuff I like in it.
Yeah. And like I said, Santa Claus in this one is not really the nice guy that I met. The one I met about a week ago. Remember you saw my picture with me with Santa Claus? So I got a picture with good old Santa Claus and St. Nicholas. But yes, in this one, St. Nicholas is a bit of a monster. And it parallels the movie Krampus in a lot of ways. And finally, yes, the movie I was talking about, where Santa Claus is not a nice guy. Another one, it's called Santa Slay. And of course, anybody who watches wrestling can guess who that is. That's Bill Goldberg. I don't know if you've heard of him before, Goldberg.
Yeah, I remember Goldberg. I didn't know his first name.
Yeah, he's, says, it turns out that Santa Claus is not really the sweet old fellow that we all know and love. In fact, he's the devil, and the only thing that's kept his bad side in check was the bet that he lost with an angel. After 1,000 years of playing nice, the bet is up, and Santa's about to open up a can of holiday whoop-ass. The only glimmer of hope comes from an old man with a secret, his grandson and his girlfriend. Brace yourself for one really bad Santa bent on spreading holiday fear. So yeah, and again, this one is like that one I just showed you, the Saint, where Santa Claus is not really a nice person. But we don't want to be impressionable and say that he's not, because Santa, thankfully in real life, is a very nice, wonderful person. And yes, I admit, I believe in Santa Claus. I still do, always have, because Santa Claus is more than just a person. He's an ideal. He's an idea. It's whenever you're kind to somebody and you do something for somebody and you're willing to give gifts. That is your Santa Claus syndrome.
Well, there's a first.
Yes. Yeah, Tonks is a really good kitty.
She's been coming out of her shell a lot more lately.
Well, that's good. No.
As you can see.
Yeah. And she knows she's not going to be hurt. She knows she's not going to be hurt, and she's perfectly fine. And she's perfectly safe. See, Tonks gives what do you think of this movie, Tonks? Santa Slay? You like it? Or you give it 2 paws up, right?
Yeah.
No, it's sort of a low-budget movie anyway, and it's one of those movies that it was direct-to-video when I first saw it.
She gives it 2 tail flicks.
2 tail flicks. Okay, that's 2 out of 10, right? Yeah. So it really wasn't all the greatest, but at the same time, says he's making a list and pray that you're not on it. So that's a little bit of Christmas from our darker side and a bit of violent side. What do you think? This is some of the films I showed.
Well, my speed.
Yeah, those films I like. It gives you an idea instead of watching the typical Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty specials that you always see every year.
Yeah, I don't watch those either.
You get to see, was that?
I don't watch those either.
I don't mind watching them. I got them at home.
If I were to watch a movie, I think I said it last year too, which would be Grandma's and Mom's favorite. The original, 34th.
Miracle on 34th.
Yeah. And White Christmas.
Yeah, I'm watching that, but these movies today were more of the violent part, and that's always good. So, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments in the section just below the video, just so we can see it, and we do read the comments. And thank you very much, and hope soon we're going to be doing one on more traditional holiday ones like Christmas Carol and all that stuff as we go along. For now, this is Paul Westbrook, Brantford's film enthusiast, reminding you that I'll be seeing you at the movies. So long for now. Merry Christmas.